everybody. Welcome back to the Couch Kids podcast. Thank you for joining us for episode 53. That is 5-3. I am Andrew.
I'm Colton.
I'm Ari.
Thank you guys again for joining us. As you probably notice, we are audio only this week. Our cameras aren't really working, so sorry about that, but we will be back.
Yeah, I feel
You
shaky.
guys hear that? It sounds like it's getting closer. Colton,
Yeah, is there
open up
someone-
open up the window. Open up the window.
Okay,
It's getting loud. Oh my god, it's a fucking car! Holy shit! Grab Benji!
What's up, bitches?
Oh!
Sammie,
Sammie!
what the hell?
What's up, guys?
Sammie, that's where Ari was.
Oh, I didn't see him. I was looking through the window. I think
He didn't get out of the way in time.
He didn't. Well, that's kind
Fuck,
of
Ari.
him gap actually though. Like feels like
I mean,
it
we
kinda
kinda did.
honked, right? You heard me
We
honk.
did.
We
You
did.
did. You gave a
heard me.
warning.
And we opened the window
I
and
said
we were
hit the
like,
deck.
I know
You
we hit
said
the
hit the deck.
deck. We grabbed Benji.
Yeah. Well, you got Benji. He's all right.
I guess I should have just grabbed. I should have grabbed.
I
Ari.
mean,
Well,
the stuff's already recording, so I guess
we can't. I mean, we can't stop it.
I'm
No,
not
we already
gonna
going.
stop it.
I mean, guys, we already don't have video this week, so we gotta
and
provide.
we're behind
something.
schedule. So, Sam, you want to join us this week? You
I
wanna-
get to be the Ari this week.
yeah, just hop over his corpse real quick,
Okay,
and
wait,
then
yeah.
jump on the.
Let me just shove that out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
We just a little kick. Okay, yeah.
He can't get any deader. So
Yeah.
he'll be fine. We'll call.
Honestly, we'll take care of it after the record. I'm sure he'll
He'll understand.
He'll be back next week.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You've been
Be
working on
fine.
that whole like reviving dead bodies things anyway, so like it'll
yeah.
be good. You finally get the chance to practice.
It's been a
so.
spiritual endeavor.
Yeah.
man.
It is not going well. They just keep delivering bodies and they stay dead. Don't open the closet.
Yeah.
Sammy, we are so happy that you are joining us again. It has been far too long.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. It has been really long.
You have helped us finish the Doki Doki literature series saga, which has gone on for something like
I was gonna say almost a year, right? If not a year.
Yeah.
I feel like it was close to a year.
Yeah, close
Sammy,
to a year.
Do you remember what they initially promised us Doki Doki was going to be?
They said it was going to be a nice, fun time, like a cute, like little like dating
Well,
RPG.
it definitely was,
Right.
right?
And it said it was going to be like really like kind of cozy and
Right.
cute.
And they said that we could record it just in one session.
Oh yeah,
one
yeah.
long
They said
session.
one long session, maybe like an all dayer, but like
all
probably
dayer.
end up being like 3 episodes.
I mean, you got.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I think it was just like a stamina thing. Like we did record, and we probably could have fit it all in one day.
I just
but-
want you to know that the total runtime of the footage was over 8.5 hours. So,
So one day.
so I guess one day.
Actually,
I guess I shouldn't have given him the
Colton,
number.
actually, I'd like to apologize on behalf
Yeah,
of both of
thank
us.
you.
That's
On behalf of Sammy and I.
legally, that's one day.
Yeah.
Legally, that's
So
one day.
I don't think we had that dog in us, so we couldn't sit through that whole
Wow.
record. That whole game.
Interesting.
And it kept glitching out. The game kept glitching out. It wasn't supposed to be.
Oh, so that's not your fault. Like
that wasn't our fault at all.
Oh, okay.
No, that
yeah. Couldn't have foreseen
weird,
that
No,
for sure.
weird copy of that game, I guess.
So you guys went the other day. You guys went mini golfing.
Sure did.
I unfortunately couldn't make it, but that looked like a lot of fun. You want to tell us
Dude,
about it?
we went mini golfing with fellow sofa sister Anna as well, and yeah, we had a great time. Where was
She
that?
was in the
Sherman
passenger
Oaks?
seet. She died.
She didn't. Anna was supposed to join, but yeah. Megan's actually in the trunk. Anna's in the passenger seat. You guys
Yeah,
were
a lot
coming.
more dead bodies than I expected today. I thought
Fine, a lot of
max
practice.
one,
A lot of
but-
practice for us.
A lot of practice. I like that. Practice makes perfect. You
Yeah.
know.
Which I need to go do back at mini golf because I got 6th place.
Colton did unfortunately get last place. I got 4th, which is what I predicted. I said, "Hey, I'm going to ride middle of the pack."
No one's
Like,
making fun of the middle person.
No one's making fun of the middle person.
No.
Bottom person. I also thought, listen, I don't want to bring. I think it's dangerous to bring gender into this, but it was interesting. In a group of 6 people, the 2 men were at
It
the
was.
bottom.
Be brave.
It's interesting.
Be brave.
It's cute.
Wow.
It's cute.
Mini golf,
Very interesting.
women dominated sport, maybe. I don't know.
I think honestly, maybe.
Yeah.
Like,
Dominating sport. Wow.
Colton, what happened out there?
Guys, to give you the recap, Sammy, you witnessed.
I did.
So we're at the halfway mark. All right? I was what, middle of the
I
pack?
think you're
or was
middle
I
of the pack halfway. Yeah.
Yeah, I was around middle of the pack. Then I started cooking, dude.
Cooking.
I was like,
Insane.
I saw Zoe was ahead, and I was like, no way, I got it. I can do better. And so I got 2 holes in 1.
He did.
Whoa.
2 holes in 1 out there. Then I
Still lost.
Well, sure,
I
I
know.
feel like you can guess what happened.
I know where this story's going because he's
plot
last.
twist of the century. I tapped out at a couple 6, what, par 6s? Is that what it's called?
It's like if you only get 6 chances basically. So like if you don't get even 6 shots,
I
you have
maxed
to take
out.
the 6.
I was like,
I
I've
took
never
the
heard of a
6.
par 6.
yeah, par 6 would be pretty insane.
At a
call
mini
it
golf course.
par 6, and
Yeah, par 6.
so I took the 6 a couple times, and
More than a couple.
more than a couple. And Zoe just kept cruising.
And it didn't really even out those
No.
two holes.
Those
in
two
one.
holes in one somehow didn't even out. I don't know how.
I will
but-
also say too, for me as a scorekeeper, adding up all those sixes, that's hard. Six is a hard number to add. That's not
That
easy.
is.
Yeah.
You know?
And
Five's
it's
easy.
hard, especially
Five's
after
easy.
the 2 1s. you know?
Yeah, yeah.
It sounds like you ruined everybody's night, Sam. You ruined.
Yeah.
So I think
I suffered as that scorekeeper.
the
I was
vibes
sweating
actually
over
went
that
down because
thing.
what you're doing
Vibes
is
were
you're
atrocious.
creating a high when you get the hole in one.
Yeah.
Then you follow it with a 6.
Were the holes
Really-
in ones back to back?
No, they were spaced out.
Yeah.
It was
But
like
they were only like a couple apart. Like it was definitely you did better in the first half of the second half.
Yeah.
The second half of the second half.
Was his
I think it
score
was the
just
mental
like
game.
6-6-1, 6-6-6-6-6-6-1,
In
6?
Colin's defense, there were a couple 3s and 4s in there, but
Okay.
I think he had 3 or 4 6s. Like
yeah.
he also the last hole you kind of like you memed out a little bit.
I did meme out a little bit.
He was just having like kind of like a goofy fun time, and
Right.
it was like
Yeah.
there's still a hole left.
You know, I think the mental game really
it
dragged
took a
on
toll.
for me. I just on that 18th hole, you know, I don't know where my head
You
was
lost
at.
it. The
I
dog,
was-
you let the dog loose
the
too
dog,
early.
the dog turned to Goofy. You know what I'm saying?
Dog
You know?
did turn to
And that's what happened. Yeah, I was like,
Stop,
go, huh?
stop slipping on the banana peels, Colton.
Yeah, I couldn't stop the slapstick, and that's what happened.
Last place, really depressed. Thought about ending it all.
Just jumping in that mini golf course like little pool.
Yeah.
Were there? Okay, let me ask you
Okay,
this.
go ahead.
My favorite part of a mini golf course are the big features. The bigger the features, the more elaborate.
Agreed.
Like, fuck me up for like
Love a
a,
big feature.
a giant thing.
Honestly-
that I have to
Elaborateness.
tap a ball through.
Straight up.
Honestly, if I'm being real, not enough
It's-
features.
Not enough.
There's not. I will say. So I've been in this mini golf course a couple times. I like it, but part of the reason I like it is it is truly one of the only mini golf courses.
Yeah.
Like there's just we were looking for other ones. Like there's just really not many around. Like it is pretty basic. I would say that more than maybe 3/4 of the holes have no features.
Yeah.
Like and by
Wow.
no features I mean like maybe there'll be like a
Yeah.
bump.
That's
Yeah.
not a
But,
feature.
like,
I'm talking about.
There's like one windmill.
I'm talking a
like,
drag-
They try to
mouth.
give you challenges where it's like a
Yes.
bump or like a hey,
Right.
go off this wall or like hey,
not-
you know, loop around this thing. But you're right. There's no, you know, I want the castle with like the
Yeah, oh my God, a
drawbridge
castle is
that's
so
going up
nice.
and down.
Yep.
It's not really the energy here.
No.
There was one hole though. I don't even know how to describe it. I don't think it can be described, but literally every single one of us got a 6 on it. Like it
Wow.
was just you have to go like around a corner and the whole thing was up. So unless you hit it
Yeah.
like the perfect amount of like hard, it would roll all the way back down.
Yeah.
And we just watched like I'm sitting here getting anxious about the people behind us like waiting to go. And I was like, I'm sorry, every single one of us is gonna take 6 tries getting up. this
Yeah.
Was there a
mountain.
long line of people? Because I also hate people waiting.
I think we did all right though. But like we weren't the rudest people like for
No,
holding
no,
it
no,
up too
no.
long. But like, yeah,
But we could have. I got a little stressed about our level of expediency.
me too. Yeah,
I
get you.
we started going like, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's hurry it up.
But-
But
Sounds like it was.
I mean, I was
If
taking a lot of
people,
six shots.
I was gonna
sixes.
say if
Taking a
people,
lot of 6 shots,
if their strokes were a little
a
shorter,
little faster, you know.
But then I made up for it in my holes in one.
those were fast.
You know.
Admittedly, those
Oh,
were fast.
that's what I was gonna say. Is I decided that I actually what it is I have a high crit rate. So
Yeah,
it's
that's-
either
Okay.
I'm a luck based character,
Right.
you know.
Yeah,
so it's
that
all
actually
just
is true.
like it's either swing or miss, you know.
Sammy, do you feel like because you've played there multiple times, did you feel like you had an edge? Did you feel like the course felt like home to you?
It's a great question. It's a beautiful question, I'd even say. So this particular mini golf course actually has 3 courses within it. That's one of the reasons it's
Wow.
like the happening place. So I'd actually never played on that course before.
Wow.
So we played the red course, and I'd only played the blue course before. Or no, wait, other way around. We played the blue course.
We
played the
played
blue
blue.
course. I've
You
only
played
played the
blue.
yellow course before.
Oh, okay.
So I get my primary colors mixed
Yeah.
up.
But I
you
do
know?
like that there are multiple courses. So
I do
now we
too.
can go
It
back and
felt
try it
fresh.
out. You know,
That's the thing. If we go back when we did the red course, I would still like. I'd
Also,
feel fresh to it.
mini golf, fairly cheap. $12
Yeah.
for a night
Oh.
of fun.
Well,
you
also,
know,
I will say too, Colton thinking ahead, planning was like, how long is it going to take? And I was like, it's like an hour. That was like a 2.5 hour game. Like,
Yeah.
mini golf does
Really?
take a long time.
yeah, I think we
Wow.
left there at midnight.
Yeah, we did. We left there as
Yeah.
it was like they were like they were like closing it down as we were on hole 18, and we were like, ooh.
Also, I gotta say, one of the funniest parts was Sammy at the end was reading out the scores,
funny.
and we're all by like the arcade. We're leaving because they're trying to get people out of there. Like, yeah, we're closing. You know, it's like past 12, and so people are kind of just like meandering, like getting through. And Sammy's like reading out the scores. You know, so we start at the bottom. Me at the bottom. All right, and then Carl, and then we go up, Sammy, and then we're going up, and when we read, by the time we get to first place, the crowd is like, all right, Zoe. Like,
Really?
yeah. They're like, go, Zoe.
So funny.
Yeah, I think they're like cheering. Yeah, and we're like, oh, okay. Like strangers are cheering. And Zoe just bolts, like runs off, which is a classic Zoe move.
One of them said they had a gift for her. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know something they wanted at the arcade,
Someone
but
was
Zoe,
like-
she was gone.
Zoe
the
was like,
wind.
someone was like, Zoe, come back. Come on. And we're just like, whoa. Like,
We were all
booked it.
applauding.
but it was funny because, I didn't even really notice it, but they started
It
just.
started slow.
They slowly just started paying more attention to the scores and being like, all right, yeah.
Part
like,
of it is because I'm such a natural orator, so I
Yeah.
was really commanding the audience.
Right.
as
It's
I was
true.
reading the scores off.
People thought they were
Absolutely.
reading like their own score. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, I gotta
pay attention.
I gotta pay attention. Yeah.
Because even like Anna was like third place, and they were like, you started to hear like a little like,
Kill
whoa,
Anna."
all right,
Yeah.
yeah, Anna, okay.
Were you reading out like the strokes as well, or just the
Yes.
places?
Oh no,
Okay.
yeah, I was doing the whole shebang.
Yeah.
and I was milking it too, right? I was really, I was making it a performance.
So guys, super recommend mini golf.
Yeah, we had a great time. It was a lot of
I
fun.
feel like next up too, Sammie, how do you feel about paintball?
I've never done paintball. It scares me, but I think I probably would be willing to do it.
Wait, really?
Well,
That sounds awesome.
Maybe. I'm going to put a maybe caveat. I mean, I've heard that it really hurts. Like, I've heard getting hit by the paintballs is like actually quite painful.
I think if
and
you-
I hate pain.
I was gonna say, I think if you wear the proper equipment, you're okay.
You have
But
to wear you have to wear like shell coverage. I feel like
I don't know about shell coverage.
Bro, I
but-
think you do. I don't know. I've watched people get hit with with paintballs, and you see like the bruises.
they can
on
get
their
a well.
back.
I think
Yeah.
you can definitely get a well if you're like
wanna
pretty
get a
raw
well.
exposed. But
Pretty
like
quick
wear
to a
long sleeve,
yes,
maybe a
yeah.
hoodie.
Wait, what if you guys did like couch kids play
Paintball?
and then I recorded
But we
on
can't
the
hit Sammie.
camera? Or that, or you
We're
can't
being
hit
hunted
Sammie.
by Sammie.
Ooh, that's kind of
I like that.
Wait, this is kind of
and we're not wearing
We're not
You're
wearing
wearing
any
we're not
protection.
wearing any
All right.
protection.
A little
Dude.
most dangerous game. I'm not mad about
Yeah.
it. Okay,
There you go.
okay.
We've got a couple content ideas, guys.
Sammy,
That's a good idea.
I have a predator costume if you would like to.
I think I should commit to the role.
So, and then the rest of us have to wear the goofy costume, like Sonic makes a reappearance. We're just like,
There's something here. We're mining
Yeah.
something. This is an area.
I
I'm telling
know.
you, we're figuring out some live bits that
Yeah.
I'm psyched out of my mind
Let
about.
us know if you guys have any ideas, because Shin
is
let
that
us know.
from?
We take suggestions. You want to know where that quote is from?
Because I know it in my
I got
heart.
some ideas.
I'm
I
psyched
got
out of my mind about it.
I got some ideas in here. I'm psyched out of my mind about.
Wait, hold on. I know it. Oh, it's Alf. It's Alf.
It's Elf. I was gonna give you the
Yeah.
next line. Is
Of
just an
course.
idea
My
that makes
soul
you go.
knew it, and I
Yes.
was like, yeah.
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah, Miles Finch.
That's so funny.
Everyone's pushing small town rural. You know, just be white noise.
Great
But yeah,
call.
oh yeah, the new thing that we're doing because Shin started it and also Megan did as well. We're just taking suggestions.
They're open to suggestions.
It's not even questions of the week. They're just
What about a
suggestions.
fight to the death?
Ooh.
Death fight.
All right. Well,
Super
Ari
fight.
lost that one first.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh,
So I guess
can
it's just Colton and
yeah,
I.
it's actually 1v1.
Yeah.
Who do you think takes that? Actually,
Do you want to know my honest answer?
yeah.
Me.
Here's the thing: Colton's
he's
got the
scrappier.
strength edge, but Andrew's got that dog in him.
Yeah, I was gonna
I'm
say.
fucking crazy.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say Andrew. I feel like Andrew would start
He's like
biting.
a maniac.
I think, or honestly,
It's fight to the death. I'll
you
do
know
whatever
what
I
it is?
have to.
You know what it is? Andrew gives me a look in his eye.
Yeah.
And then I
It's
just
the dog. You
all
see
of a
the
sudden,
dog.
yeah, all of a sudden I'm like and then I get kind of paralyzed, you know, like I
Yeah.
get cornered.
You know
and
what it is?
he's coming
Yeah.
in.
Because, and we just talked about this, they have to have separate meetings, the two of them. And this is 100% true.
Guys,
they
this
have,
is true. This
They
is
have
behind
to
the
have
scenes.
separate meetings, just Ari and Colton, about how they will approach me to ask certain questions, not questions.
If we change the
If
schedule,
we change the schedule, make
or
any sort of, anything
if
that
we
disrupts.
take anything away from Andrew. He's like a
They have
like
to-
a dog.
private two-person meeting.
a
I should
strategy
say.
dog
meeting-
with his food.
a strategy meeting on how to do it because I'll immediately be like, what the fuck are you talking? I mean, I'm not awful. But I'll come
There's a
out.
reason the meeting started
I
happening.
come
you
out
know?
swinging
He
because
does.
the first thing I haven't
He
seen these
doesn't want
guys.
anything taken
I haven't
away.
seen these guys in 3 weeks, and Ari decides.
This was a joke. This was a joke, but it was funny.
Ari decides in the car. He's like, Andrew, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe we take a couple more weeks off, and I.
Are you?
Lost.
No, he starts it always. This is how you guys can get Andrew. Is you go. So Andrew, Ari and I were talking, and we think you're taking on a little too much with the podcast. Like it's just like, and then Andrew's like, and you go, I think we need to just go every 3 weeks now, actually, and
Wait.
then Andrew will see red.
Andrew, is that why you asked me to drive my car through the Couch Kids Lounge and aim for Ari? Is that
What?
Is that where that? Because you said Colton's not really a problem, and then
Well,
Well,
what did he say? He said,
Well, he said that you're very easy to control. Well, maybe this, we talked about this.
Did he use the word
maybe.
spineless?
Well, he described you as an invertebrat, but not. He didn't use the word spineless. It was more of a.
It was a funny gif.
It was
a
a
funny
GIF.
gif of an octopus.
Squidward going.
But yeah, that's real. They do have to have meetings about it. So I feel like, and Colton usually is the first one to be like, "That's a good point, Andrew.
Yeah.
Good point."
Yeah, he literally did it before the podcast today. He was like, "What did you? I don't even know what we were talking about." But you're just like, "No, here's the thing. This is why I got to do this." And I was just like, okay, yeah, no, actually,
I will say too, I want to point out, because I wish that you guys would discuss this, and I think you should discuss this in your next podcast with Ari, is I love like sibling order dynamic, and famously Andrew is an oldest, Colton's a middle, and Ari is a youngest, and I think this is classic representing that dynamic where the oldest kind of takes charge, the middle will just let it go, and the youngest is like is a little feisty. The youngest got some
he's putting up a fight.
A little baby.
Okay, as a fellow youngest, I will not stand for the youngest slander. But I just think I think you guys should discuss at length, maybe like bring in a psychologist to like discuss it with you.
That's a great suggestion.
Another suggestion.
We'll pay for a psychologist.
An episode where a psychologist is taking notes.
Yeah.
Right.
They're like,
and if
you
they
have anxious attachment style real bad.
Andrew, you won't let anything go. That's not true.
Andrew, your anger and defensive-ness is
Because I actually think like that could be like a 3-part series. Like that would kind of bang. Because then the next session you could discuss the notes and then get mad at each other.
Can we? That's true. I would learn nothing. I'd take nothing away. I would receive the
No way,
criticism
no.
and be like, okay.
yeah.
Well,
what
you know
a
you
waste of
best,
money.
So,
Yeah. Sammie, I had a follow-up while we're here.
Yes.
Because I think we touched base on it in your first episode a little bit that you were here.
Oh my God.
Episode 7.
What a surprise.
Give us
Episode 7. Wait, that's crazy. That was so
isn't
long
that
ago.
wild?
Yeah.
Andrew and I, we aren't really in this universe. You know,
Okay.
we don't know enough about it. But give us what's the streamer drama?
Ooh.
What's the
is there
what's
something
the
happening?
Twitch drama?
There's always
What's
streamer drama?
what's new on the scene of streaming and Twitch?
Here's Sammie with the streaming and
I was just saying,
'Cause
you
you
want to
are-
throw it to Coucho for the streaming for the song, the new song that he writes it on the spot. So
he'll write it about anything?
anything, throw it to Coucho.
All right, Coucho, why don't you take this away?
I don't know that he what's the prompt?
Oh, streamer drama.
Streamer drama. So
song,
you want the song for streamer drama?
Streamer
Okay.
drama song.
Okay. It's time for stream drama. That was it.
All right, and then what happens?
He exploded at the end.
He
He can't
actually
do it
fried his
anymore.
circuitry board.
Does he
Yeah.
then actually like sing about whatever the topic is, or
A lot of the time.
Yeah, a lot of
Sometimes,
time.
okay.
That was
Sammy,
maybe
you
not
can
so much a song.
Ask him to do anything. We did ask for a song that wasn't a song. That was more of a chant.
okay, a little chant?
Ask
God,
him
he
for
sure
anything,
is
yeah.
cute though, right?
Yeah.
He's
If you
very
want to
cute.
fact check anything at any point,
He'll check it.
he'll check it. Oh yeah.
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 Man of mystery.
Yeah.
You know.
Anytime you want to throw it over to Coucho. So
Okay.
I'll just leave that.
And we take his facts for basic gospel.
You take them factual.
Yeah, they're factual.
Factual.
Yeah.
They are facts. They are facts.
Nobody needs to check. Everyone
couch
just kind of
facts.
agrees. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone,
Hard and fast couch.
Yeah,
grab.
everyone agrees.
Everyone agrees.
All right, Sammy, what you got?
Okay, so then I do actually. So Coucher just introduces it. And
Yeah,
then,
this is the segment. He
Yes.
introduced the segment.
I see. I mean, the big stream drama is Mr. Beast stuff, right? I'm sure you guys are familiar with all that stuff.
I
I've heard
know
of-
him, but
yeah,
You
you've
don't
heard
know
of
it?
the Beast?
What happened recently?
no.
Okay, this is awesome.
This actually was like quite a bit of drama. I mean, so it's a couple of things, but basically he was in trouble, like kind of in like the wider public sphere because he's doing like a reality show, like an Amazon reality show.
I did see that.
Yes. And like people got really hurt and there was like a lot of like drama and a lot of like kind of, like, the challenges, everything was like kind of favoritism.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big issue. And then also there is a series of videos that have been released by a guy who worked briefly, admittedly,
Yeah.
for Mr. Beast, where he basically just like annihilates him and like talks about all the reasons that like he's doing a lot of shit that's like kind of illegal. He's doing stuff that's unethical. Like
Yeah.
the videos are some videos that he's done that are like tantamount to torture. Which
like that's the thing
yeah,
that I heard
that
where
one's
it was
very
like it's like
illegal lotteries.
is the torture one that I
Yeah.
heard about is like he wanted to do an episode where basically he put someone in solitary confinement for like how long? I don't
That's like what he does, though.
It is, which is what's so interesting about it, right? Because like they ended up, so that guy ended up like quitting the video, right? But like at some point they do that video, like that video does get made, although they do it with 2 people, which I wonder if maybe that was like the adjustment they made. But the video is actually somewhat compelling because they interview the guy who was in the solitary confinement, and like he really went crazy. Like they left like the lights on like 100% of the time, full blast fluorescent lights, like, and you're kind of competing for everything, right? So like you don't have like, it's not like a nice setup, and like you're truly just like staring at a wall for like
the one that I've seen is like it's in solitary confinement. You're in a room and you're like, hey, what's up? Like you're gonna be in a room.
I'm Mr. Beast.
I'm Mr. Beast. Every 30 minutes I'm gonna take away like food, and like we'll see how long you last, and also your family's watching, and your daughter needs surgery, but we'll see if you get it.
See if you get the money.
Yeah.
There is something so it's interesting. So I honestly have never watched a Mr. Beast video on my own, but my streamer is like kind of somewhat friends with Mr. Beast, so we'll watch like Mr. Beast videos on his stream.
Friend.
He's a Mr. Friend.
You are Ludwig's biggest fan. Am I correct?
I don't know that I'm number 1
title,
but you know,
official title. No,
I think technically, legally, I think there's an argument for it.
That's what I thought. Okay, yeah, in the running.
But it is, his videos are so interesting because I feel like there's ones that feel like a lot more just like objectively ethical of like, the 1 versus 100 people like competing for something. But there's one in particular I'll never forget where it was like, you have to stay, one of the ones you use to stay inside the circle in this house. And like the setup itself wasn't that bad. It was like the longer you stay, the more money you get. But it was like a dad with like a young child at home. And he kept talking about how he's like missing all these really important milestones. I was like, I actually just think that that's like I think it's too icky.
Yeah.
Cause it's like, just give him the money. I don't know. Like everything's fake. You have $1 billion. Like it feels,
who is this for?
So icky.
Like
who is this for?
Yeah.
Right?
Like why?
I feel like it feels overly exploitative when it's that kind of stuff versus like, well, if it's like a challenge and it's like a couple days and you're not like forcing a father to like miss his child's like 2nd birthday, that feels like different to me.
Yeah. And then like on day 14, like you get to hang out with your daughter for 10 minutes.
Right. And like, that's that makes it sadder.
Yeah.
Cause then I've seen this child and now I'm like, that
but we take away your
clothes.
We take away your clothes if you want to hug her. And it's like, oh my God.
Why are you making this worse?
Yeah. So the whole thing, I think his whole shtick, I think has there's like some ethically moral questions to it. And people are kind of calling him out on it for the first time, which he's the biggest YouTuber.
He's massive, right?
Massive.
Is he the number 1? Like,
certainly for English speaking, for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, they he did a video I saw where he dubs in every language and re-releases the video in different languages. But I saw a thing that was like, I feel like they're not having fun when they're making it. And this person, I forget the podcast, but he was like, if they were having fun, those videos would be longer. They're like,
oh, that's a good point.
They chop them down to be so tight.
Yeah. I mean, like you're talking about, you know, like this person is living in a hole for 900 days and it's a 20-minute video and they're supposed to be like having fun and whatever. And they're like, if everyone's
it's like, it takes like 3 seconds of every day and it's like, let me out. So the next day,
dude, like, for real, they'll be like, here's a time lapse of like days 9 through 840, and it's like, blah, 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 and it's like, my God, those are 900 days of someone's life.
Again, I just like, it forces me to ask, especially with the solitary confinement one. You're like, who is this for? Like, we all know this is shitty. Like, of course he's gonna go crazy.
I
like,
do feel like there's like a torture porn element to it.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like, there's like a weird enjoyment I think that some people get out of like watching suffering, which is again why like the challenges are so much more fun than like the suffering videos. Like, and he does the challenge videos so well. Just do those.
Yeah, just do. Because didn't he do the one? I thought he had like a pretty popular one where it was like every country had someone compete in like it was an obstacle course. I think.
Yeah, it was like a series of obstacle courses.
Yeah,
that was a super fun video.
Yeah,
right?
and I was gonna say even I like saw clips of that and was like, oh, that's a cool idea because like these people were hyped.
The one that I loved was the like 1-year-old versus 100-year-old. So it's like you have one person of every single age. Like those are so fun.
Yeah,
like. And again, they just take a couple days. It doesn't feel like they're torturing them.
And even the thing is, like, there's like another level removed because in the torture ones, there's also like heinous graphics that are just like boom, like it's edited in a way that's like
music, like
he's treating it like a documentary on like fucking Hulu or like Netflix, where it's like, and then this happened. And it's like, please let me out.
Really?
Have you guys watched The Contestant?
I've heard about it.
It is excellent. Colton,
The
do you know
documentary.
about it?
No, I don't know
It
what
is
this
a
is.
documentary. It's on Hulu, I believe.
Yes.
And it is about like a reality show that was in the early 2000s where they basically, it was in Japan, and they stuck a guy in a room and naked, had nothing except for like a table, postcards, a pen, and then a bunch of magazines where you could submit for sweepstakes. So he just submits, like his whole thing is submitting for sweepstakes, and he's trying to like make like $1 million something or whatever. Like I feel like it's quite a lot of money, whatever it is.
Whoa.
And he is just like filling out sweepstakes and like winning stuff. And like, but I mean everything. Like he eats dog food at some point because like that's what he won. Like, so like food, it's everything.
So the rule is he can't have anything unless
he wins it in a sweepstakes.
No, come on.
No, bro, it is a real
crazy.
thing that happened. And like there's a lot of ups and downs if you don't see it coming. And he's naked almost the entire time.
Right.
It is crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah. It's a
What's it
great
called?
documentary. The Contestant. Super recommend.
Oh my God. That's a great suggestion for couch kids. We're going to stick Colton in a room, which Sammie and I just redesigned, by the way.
Yeah, Andrew and I, we were stretching our little interior designer things. We're trying to figure out how to reorganize Colton's room. We're going to put a picture up.
Oh, no. No.
No, we won't do it to him. We won't do
Guys,
it to him.
here's the thing about my room. Anyone that's listening is it's very sterile and blank.
It's
and like,
not-
I
it
just
is-
haven't done anything
His
with
room
it.
is nice, but there are some choices that have been made about the layout that
Right.
I think Andrew and I maybe don't necessarily
Right.
agree with.
Like-
and we
like-
just feel like there must be a better way.
Like, Sammie, would you put like, I don't know, a cabinet drawer in front of a closet?
Well, I'd only do that if I did not regularly access my closet, and that's not where all of my clothes that I wore every day were.
Interesting.
Was that the case though, or do you use that?
No,
closet?
I think
do you use the
I think
closet?
you're leaving out the important part is that the drawer that's in front of the closet, I actually I don't use that drawer.
Why?
But I do use the closet because it when I open the drawers, it creates sawdust
Right.
and splinters because it's a refurbished drawer that I built with my dad. Yeah, no, I
just think that there's
okay.
room for improvement, and I think Andrew and I love you, and we want to make your life better.
No, I love this. We're gonna get new furniture, and you guys are gonna come over, and we're gonna set that.
We're
room
gonna
up.
redesign.
Project. We're gonna Lego.
I think we're gonna
Animal
make
Crossing
it
style.
sparkle.
Yeah.
Maybe we get a rug. I don't know. I'm spitballing.
Crazy,
I'm blue sky.
crazy.
A rug on a rug?
Rug on a rug.
I'm a rug on a rug convert.
Really?
I used to be strictly anti-rug.
You used to
I
say
I
that
used
to
be
me.
So anti-rug.
She used to tell me about
I've
my
told
rug.
her
Anti
that. I
rug,
rug
like
it.
anti-carpet, rug in general?
Anti-rug as a general concept. It's a
You
general
have a
idea.
rug in your living room.
I do have a rug. Well, I've changed
Good
my
rug.
tune. It's a good rug. And then most importantly, I bought this little rainbow rug that I put on the carpet in my pony room, and it's beautiful. And I actually now I'm kind of like pro carpet on carpet. I don't know.
Pro
Life's
carpet on
hard.
carpet. Yeah.
You've
Put a
gone.
second carpet down. I did.
Life's
I overcorrected.
Like, that's too much.
Life's hard. Put a second carpet down. Make it softer.
Make it softer, right? Better place to land.
Love it.
CouchKidsPodcast@gmail.com. Send us your photos of any room that you would like us to redesign, and
Yes.
we
Yeah.
will
We'll
we will
tackle
do
it.
it.
Or an example of your carpet on top of a carpet.
Yeah.
You know, give
Which
us
we
the
don't judge
rug
you
on the
for.
carpet.
Rug
Yeah.
on carpet. Sometimes you
More
need it.
rugs, the better. Honestly,
Yeah.
I
And
guess.
guys, I think we better go put a rug down on this first half of this podcast to take a break.
That was in real
That
time,
worked.
folks. That was in
that
real
was
real
very
time.
good. He put that together. I saw the pieces. We saw it coming together on his face.
This
All right.
carpet of a podcast. We're gonna take a break and we'll be right back.
Let's put a carpet on dead Ari. I think
Actually,
that'll be
yeah, let's
nice.
roll up.
Yeah, let's just roll him up.
Roll 'em up.
the better joke. Oh, dude, just gotta get a stretch on after rolling Ari up and
He's heavy.
putting him out. Yeah, dude.
We had to make that rug real tight. That rug was not long enough.
Yeah.
His body was not cooperating.
Yeah.
We had
Yeah,
to find
real
all
floppy.
we had to find all the pieces too and put it
Yeah.
together. So
Do you guys think that the landlord's gonna worry about the legs sticking out of the dumpster?
I don't know, your landlord seems pretty chill, right?
I mean, yeah.
I think
That's
he'll
true.
just spray paint it the color of the dumpster.
Spray paint
Give
it
it a little
white.
bit of the
Yeah, put some
landlord
duct tape
some
over the
landlord
lid.
special
Yeah.
on that. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's
Yeah.
how my landlord usually tackles everything.
Welcome back. We are joined by Sammie.
Again, I'm
Again.
still here. I didn't leave.
Sammie's still
Didn't
here.
leave.
I wasn't too grossed out by having to roll up the dead body, so I decided to
You stuck
stay.
around.
I
Yeah, you stuck around.
Very
Ari's still not here.
We're lucky. We're lucky to have you.
You know, this is great. It just feels right.
That kind of does, right?
It really does.
Yeah.
I love it. So we jump in. Do you want to do the fan section?
Dude, yeah. So I was just gonna give you a little. It's from a fan, from our good friend Katie, and she sent me a message the other day saying that she hadn't been able to catch up on the podcast recently, but had been seeing all the short clips of Andrew in the costumes.
Right.
And was giving you props for it because she's like, that's the kind of content. Like, that's what we want.
Andrew loves the costume.
And,
Dude, it's unfortunate that we are audio only today because I'm wearing a very elaborate
costume. It's actually
all that face paint. That must have taken a long time.
It's a combination of every costume you've worn so far.
Yeah, that's right. And I thought it'd be special because I was like, oh, big 53. That's what they say.
Yeah, it's very special. It's a prime number, I think.
Sammy, do you have a costume suggestion?
Oh, I love this.
Have you been Yoshi yet?
I have not been
That's
Yoshi.
crazy.
Well, Sammy, I don't know that you're gonna like my version of Yoshi. Most of my version.
No, actually, don't do Yoshi. No, never mind. I don't want it. I don't want it. You're gonna ruin Yoshi.
Birdo.
Wait, I do have a question.
Yeah.
Do you have like a costume closet at home? Like, how are you organizing the costumes?
It's a trunk.
It's a trunk. Like a Harry Potter.
This was also a follow-up from Katie. Yeah, I was trying to explain. I'm like, where does it come from? Where do you think the costume thing comes from?
Are you buying a lot of new costumes, or is a lot of it like, oh no, you showcase your? And I assume that gets budgeted in the.
It's of course gets budgeted in. It is a business expense.
Business expense.
You're writing that off for sure.
Yeah, Noelle loves it. She loves it. I got a big, not Tupperware, like those big.
Yeah, like
it's
plastic crates.
Plastic crates. Yeah. I had to buy a second one, so because the first one wasn't big enough.
It's like Chronicles of Narnia. It's like the Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, but he's got a big Tupperware, and he goes in and he comes out with a new costume.
I come out as
diving in
as the Goat Man from.
That's your next costume, Mr. Tumnus, dude. Mr. fucking Tumnus.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh,
that's pretty good.
Dude, you have to do it. Yes.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Mr. Tumnus.
All right, we found it. We found it.
Let's go.
So in 2 weeks from now, you'll be back on video. That will be Mr. Tumnus from.
I think that's his name, right? That's his.
It is the little half like yokai.
Yeah, he's a little satyr, right?
Yeah. God.
That could have been Yoshi, Sammy.
I'm really glad it wasn't. I'm glad we saved Yoshi from the.
Yes.
Threw Mr. Tumnus in front of that bus instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for that very nice compliment.
Very nice compliment.
Yeah, no, it was great.
I love it. That's who I do it for.
Well, but you also do your own videos. Like we've shown them before, where it's like you're like before Cats the movie and before.
I love that Cats video.
Yeah, Cats video is great.
Also, I'm sure you guys have discussed your live performance of Green Man.
Oh, we have not discussed that.
Yeah, at the studio, there was like an art show, and Andrew's art piece was that he was Green Man.
Yeah,
so he was just in the full green spandex bodysuit, dancing.
Yep.
For what, 2 hours? Was it about 2 hours?
2 hours? It was a long time.
Yeah, it was 2 or 3 hours.
You were doing your own Mr. Beast video, where you were also the person being tortured.
Yourself.
Yeah.
We'll throw up some footage, but I was just in a green spandex thing. I put pants on because I was at work.
It was very
and I danced for about 2 or 3 hours straight.
Yeah.
I had a rope in front of me. Rope in front of me that said,
an art piece.
Not for sale.
Yeah.
Andrew, would you say that this like runs in the family? That anyone else in the family does this too?
My God, my dad saw the Cats video. He's like, okay. Everything that I do, because now they follow the podcast on Instagram, and they're like, so every time that I know it's coming because they're like,
I saw the Sonic thing.
Yes, they're like, I saw your clip. Like, my mom is just like,
it's like you're doing porn. They're like, all right, he's at it again. I guess he's earning money and it makes him happy. He's creative.
Dude, what's funny is the opposite reaction was from my parents with the Predator one. Mm-hmm. They loved it. They were like, of course. My dad, who doesn't watch it, he subscribed to the podcast.
Very nice.
And he was like, I watched that Predator bit again. He goes, that was real funny what you guys did there. It was just like,
this is who we do it for.
It's very supportive.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Must be nice.
I do love all your the little clips are very fun. This is like a deep cut, but I have not watched a clip since because I've never recovered from it. I don't remember what the clip was, like the whole story was, but Colton has his mouth open as Benji's like licking the inside of his mouth.
Oh, yeah.
And it made me so viscerally uncomfortable and unhappy that I've never watched a clip since.
That's fair.
It tortured me.
What's funny is Anna and Zoe say that that's their favorite.
Their favorite? Here's the thing.
Clip.
I like that opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Didn't work
we were dipping our toes in of doing live sketches.
Yeah.
We did a little.
I think if you do another live sketch,
ended.
maybe don't have Benji inside of Colton's mouth. That's just like, it's a soft pitch, but
what I'm hearing is do it again.
well,
We're gonna means test it.
Yeah.
But you know what it was? We did Kingdom Hearts and that popped off, so we never went back to doing.
I think you're kind of right. Yeah,
that's what it was, because we were like,
makes sense, yeah.
Does anyone like the sketches? Let us know if you guys.
The two sketches that we did.
Be completely honest.
Amit did.
Amit did.
Well, God bless Amit. Number one fan.
Amit still
Number one
brings
fan of
up the like face swap one.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Simple. That was very simple.
Simple and clean.
Yeah.
Simple and clean.
Oh, we're going back to Kingdom Hearts.
Oh my god.
Woo!
Coucho, play that question of the week song. Question of the week.
Boom.
Oh, I thought it was double. You just say it once.
We just say it once.
Feels like it would be a little more sing song if you did it twice. It's
Dude, you want to do it twice?
Do it twice.
Okay, here we
go.
Ready? 3, 2. Question of the week. Question of the week. All right.
Question of the week.
Okay, I thought three's too many. Three's too many.
Woo,
Have
Andrew.
some restraint.
So I have a question for you guys, because I was talking to my parents recently, and after they told me about how disappointed they were like, "Oh,
I like you snuck that in there."
They had said a quote, and it made me laugh, and I was like, "Oh my god, I remember that." And we, as a family, would say it all the time. So I wanted to know, do you guys have any quotes or phrases or things that you guys constantly reference with your family? And if so, what's the story behind that? And I will share the one that I have. My family will say, "Go find her, seahorse." And anytime we need something,
really good.
it's very specific. So when my sister, she was in a play in high school, she did The Little Mermaid. And one of the actors who's playing King Triton, he was like, he chewed up the scenery. He was made sure that his presence was known.
Yeah.
And there was a little seahorse character that would always follow the king. And the other funny part was he was on Heelys. I think that it is very important to know that all of the actors that were mermaids and fish were on Heelys. So
that's representing the tail, I'm guessing.
What an awesome creative direction.
The fluidity.
The fluidity
of being underwater.
Yes, of being underwater.
That kind of makes sense.
They're not walking because they can't walk,
Yeah.
So
True.
there was, so as you know, in The Little Mermaid, Ariel runs off and King Triton is furious. He told her not to run off. And so in the play, it is very abrupt. The scene is going fine. This guy screams, berates the seahorse, and he goes, "Come here." He goes, "Go find her, seahorse!" Does an about turn and wheelies off. Yeah. And my family lost our shit. So we always say, "Go find her, seahorse." So
I kind of
like the calm approach to it too. Like if you're just like, "Go find her, seahorse."
Yeah.
Like there's something like mystical about it.
If we can't find anything,
yeah,
go find her, seahorse.
Go find her, seahorse.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Great White Buffalo, like the one that got away. You're like,
yeah.
Go find her, seahorse.
Damn. Never thought of it like that.
Yeah, that's like how I'm feeling.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys had any.
Dude, I wrote down a couple because my family, we have some couple isms or things, but I feel like I don't know that we have any like. I'm trying to think of like inside jokes, really. I don't know. One thing that came to mind that I do with my dad, I started doing this with my dad when he would get worked up. So like if he's stressed out and he's getting worked up, I started doing this thing, which is like, if you imagine if you're having like a time, you know, you're getting upset about something, get worked up. The worst thing a person could do is come up to you and start petting your face and going, shh, shh, shh. He's scared. And I kept doing that to him, and he doesn't. It's funny because he's like in his moment, it starts happening, and he's confused, and like the hands are coming for the face, and everyone else is like, "What is going on?" And he's like, just stop it. You know? So like that
disorients.
Yeah, really, it's very disorienting.
It's just like you're so enraged, but you don't know what to do.
And it doesn't help the rage. The rage is still there, and it's someone telling you. It's almost like someone misinterpreting you too makes it worse. Like, shh, he's scared.
He's scared.
It's like I kept doing that to him. I've done that to him for years now.
Discombobulate.
And discombobulate, dude.
Yeah.
So that one.
It's your Sherlock Holmes mind.
Yeah. But we have, and then the other phrases that my family says a lot are "strangers are just friends you haven't met yet," which comes from my grandma, who got drunk in a restaurant one time and leaned all the way back in her chair, like neck like bent over the back of the chair, looking at the people in the booth like behind us. and starting up a conversation with them to prove a point that strangers are just friends you haven't met yet.
And now
life lesson.
now they come over to Thanksgiving every year.
Dude, crazy enough, she did that again with me one time. We were on a plane. It was just me and her. And she just started striking up a conversation with the guy next to her on a plane. And of course, I'm like a teenager, so I just had like my headphones in, I'm like playing my Switch. And by the end of it,
I need to inject really quickly. Colton was not a teenager when he had a Switch. He acts very young and very youthful.
Sammy,
but I can't abide it.
Sammy,
You're right.
I also thought of it.
something.
I thought about it, and I was like, I'm not gonna interrupt Colton.
I won't
I've been accused too many times of interrupting and not letting people finish.
As someone who's never been accused of that, because I've only been here twice, I have to do it, Colton. Sorry.
So
Colton,
Colton's 12 years old.
I'm gonna say it probably wasn't a Switch, but I just
it wasn't.
I just wasn't.
Teenagers, no way. You weren't.
Just we'll call it a DS, maybe. I don't know, maybe a Game Boy Advance. I'm on the plane, and
How old are you?
I don't remember, but I know it was like
27.
God, it must have been my 2017s, and we were on this plane, and she started up this conversation with this guy, and it turned out he was the owner of the San Francisco Zoo. And it was like this crazy conversation she was having, like when the tigers got out and like ate that kid basically, and like had like conversations about like wedding that his daughter had.
People were so upset about
like,
it, and I'm like, don't look at me.
Apparently, the kids were using wrist rockets to pester the tigers.
They were getting up to the tiger's face and going, shh, you're scared.
Yeah, and the tiger's like, ah, or something like that. And then he was talking about how like his daughter had like a wedding there and everything. I was like, oh wow, that was cool. And she was like, dude, she made total friends with this guy. It's complete.
That's crazy.
It was just another example of like, yeah, I guess you're right. Like,
Colton was so busy playing Splatoon, he heard none of that. Absolutely none of that.
I was like, God, my teen mind is just so obsessed with Zelda Tears of the Kingdom on this Switch. It came out a year ago. The other one that I feel like Sammie would like is it's always persevere. That's like a little family mantra that we've had for a long time.
I think that family mantra is really nice, right?
Yeah.
A little thing to like bring people back.
Yeah. Like I feel like if we had like a crest, or like a Game of Thrones house, it would say that,
You should design that crest. You're an artist.
I've thought about it many times.
You should.
I think it would include. I think it would include dogs of some kind. I feel like we're a very dog.
And you can like get them
family.
printed, get like shirts. You can do that for Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah,
I made this thoughtful thing to you guys for you guys.
This sick shield with dogs on it.
I think it's a great idea.
And then they're like, "What? What is it? We don't say that
Not
at all.
inspired at all.
We don't."
Like, Colton, only you say that.
Only you say that, and I'm just like,
we don't agree with persevere. We don't want to persevere.
I'm always just like, always persevere.
That was a test.
Yeah. It was a they're testing me.
Your perseverance.
Yeah, you persevered past them saying they didn't persevere.
Yeah.
He's the middle child, so he was just like, you're right. This is dumb.
This is actually dumb.
I'll throw it out. I'm throwing them all out.
But
Scry.
Sammie, what do you got?
All right, so I was thinking about mine, and I was going through a couple. So like my grandmother had a lot of like very fun phrases. She was very British, but this one's not particularly British. But I just wanted the backstory.
She is British.
Well, she's dead, but she was British.
She was British.
Yeah.
So how would she? Can you do it in the accent? How she would say this?
Yeah, I actually think I can.
Okay.
It's not a phrase. It is like a word that like became a character.
Okay.
I love that.
So my family is entirely based around a card game called Penny's Rummy. So that's all we do at all family events. My entire life we just play Penny's Rummy. So during like so it's like a progressive rummy game. Like you cannot Google it. It is not Googleable. So you'll never be able to learn.
You'll never know. It's all passed down in the family.
Wow.
But when my grandmother would get like a bad hand of cards, she would just like loudly announce misdeal, which obviously would say, misdeal, it's a misdeal. It's a misdeal. And misdeal ended up going from a thing that you say. So whenever you get bad cards, you just like announce misdeal.
Yeah.
And then misdeal became a character who instead of like misdeal, it was like MISS space DEAL.
Yeah.
She would go, so whenever you would get a bad hand, you would loudly say misdeal, but you would like start looking around. Like you're looking for misdeal to like come and like reset the cards. Like misdeal. Misdeal. Sorry, we need misdeal. And then we started basically doing that for anything that you like deem unfair in any way.
Yeah.
Like, you have to like
I love
wait too
the
long at a
evolution.
restaurant, you call him misdeal.
Misdeal.
Like,
Misdeal.
Misdeal works for all things, and like it's important that you look for her because like you're expecting her to show up. Like, Misdeal?
She needs to.
Was Misdeal part of the game, or was it her being like her just being upset that she got a bad
I
love that.
She just announced it was a Misdeal because she doesn't like her
Misdeal, new cards.
Yeah, and like you always make the joke, right? That like, oh, I should get new cards, but like you don't get new cards. Like there's no Misdeal function in the game. It's just and then Misdeal the character, and we would expect her to come around with like a tray and like give you new cards, but she never shows up. So.
It's so funny. It's like when you're playing a game, just like actually new rules. It's a Misdeal. You can't actually do that one.
The other one
That's
I have
not
is
how you
also
win.
like just like a word, and it was like the way that you said it is. So my grandmother, again, very British, so she had like, you know, her walls are covered in like saucers with like British royalty on them.
Of course.
And one day my sister asked, when we were like pretty young, like, what's the difference between, because she'd learned about bone china. She's like, what's the difference between china and bone china? And my grandmother just very matter of factly said, class. And then, so whenever we talk about anything that was like fancy, we just like say class and that like very light British accents.
Yeah.
I love that.
So yeah, again, both just words, but I will say too, Miss Deal definitely spread because my friends who I now play like Penny's Rummy with, like they all also they'll call for Miss Deal.
Miss Deal.
If you're mad, you're calling for Miss Deal.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, if I'm with you and if we're at
unfair,
a restaurant,
someone cuts me off.
Yeah, someone cuts you off in traffic, that's a Miss Deal.
That's a Miss Deal.
I need Miss Deal to come right
Miss
this,
Deal.
please. I need someone to step in.
Miss Deal to jump in the car next to her, just boom, T-bone in front of you.
Thanks, Miss
Deal.
She'll do anything.
Dude,
to
she's
ensure
like
fairness.
Mr. Justice on the back of the buses.
Yeah.
Clem, have us throw up a picture of Mr. Justice.
not to be confused with the Ike's guy who looks very similar.
Throw a picture of Mr. Ike.
Strikes.
Well, Sammie, it's been a wonderful time.
Wait, is that the end?
Is that the end? What time are we at?
What if instead we record for another 2 to 3 hours?
You could go another 2 to 3 hours.
Let's do another 2 to 3 hours. Let's
Honestly,
just
we probably could.
chit-chat.
Colton said that
Extended
he's
edition?
busy today.
Oh, Colton's
did say
busy
that.
today.
Well,
But Sammie, we will be recording for anybody that is not subscribed to the Patreon. We will be recording a little 5-minute extra.
Well, there's a 5-minute extra.
5
Do
minute
I
extra.
get to be in the 5-minute extra?
Yeah,
Or do you
of
guys
course.
make me leave?
You get
Okay.
after hours.
Yeah, you get the
I'm getting time and a half?
called chip clips. Yeah, you're getting time and a half. They're called chip clips.
Chip clips. Okay, well, I love the name. Very cute.
Yeah. So if you're not subscribed to the Patreon, feel free to join.
You're not going to want to miss this one. I'm going to get weird.
Wow. You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
just happened. Andrew, where can they find us?
They can find us at Couch Kids Podcast pretty much everywhere. We're mainly on Instagram and TikTok. Check Instagram for that. That will be pretty much where we have all of our behind the scenes stuff and up to date information. If we have date changes or whatever's coming up. Yeah. Colton, where can they find the Patreon though?
I'm so glad you asked because you can always find the Patreon
Always.
at www.org.patreon.couchkids/Sammie Get Weird
Sammy
Dot-
Get Weird.
okay.
Because you're in this one,
Slash
it's slash
HTTP.
yeah.
/HPP.
So Sammy, the origin of this one is we threw it to Colton, who said that he's like, "Don't worry, guys, I'm gonna handle the the Patreon post roll," and I was like, "Fantastic!" We threw it to him. He's like, and then he didn't know the URL, which is just, I believe, patreon.com/couchkidpodcast, which
feels kind of straightforward though. I kind of think he tried to jazz it
right?
up. You
Yeah.
know?
so every week we ask
Keep
him
them
what
on
the
their toes.
Patreon
Put like
name
a
is.
money sign in there, maybe.
Yeah.
I should have done that.
A question mark.
$? Question mark?
Yeah, if you have any
Hashtag give me
questions,
money, please.
questions, comments, concerns, we are now taking suggestions as well
Yeah.
for costumes and things that we're just going to
Ideas,
do.
apparently, in
Ideas in general. We'll do them, and you can email us at couchkidspodcast@gmail.com. Oh, your room, if you want us to reorganize your room.
We will do that. We'll take a look at
We
this.
will do that.
Tier list. We're going to tier list every Couch Potatoes room.
Yeah.
Every fan's
Ranking
picture of a room.
rooms.
Ranking
Yeah,
rooms.
yeah.
we'll
Send
call
us
it.
your room, and we'll rank it.
Man.
Man, that'd be fun.
like
Anyway,
that.
thank you guys for joining us. I've been Andrew.
I'm Colton.
I have been Sammie. That was true.
Yeah, and Ari has been Ari.
Yeah, we do miss
was-
him, but
Next, and 2 weeks from now, we will do the ceremony, the memorial
Yeah, I'm gonna work
episode
on,
for.
I'm gonna work on the reviving magic.
okay. You work on the magic, Andrew. You work on the eulogy, just in case.
Yeah.
Just to have it.
Yeah,
Jason.
yeah. I mean the chances. I told you before, high crit rate. So it's chances it either works or
50-50.
It's not. It's very 50-50.
Not bad odds, honestly.
Yeah. Whether we get Ari back or not.
I'm alive.
Whoa! Ari! He's
Oh my God!
Die!
Andrew,
Die!
Andrew,
Oh!
Oh, okay. Well,
I wasn't supposed to do that, was I?
That was maybe not. the
Andrew,
best.
that reaction was very impulsive. You didn't.
You shot from the hip there. That
Yeah.
was. Wow.
See you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye.